guys, so welcome back to my channel. So today I was kind of bored, so I'm just gonna do my makeup and we're just gonna like have a little cute chit chat time. I literally have a headscarf on, like that's the level that I'm at right now. It's just chillin', I'm just chillin'. This is not a tutorial, like I'm just gonna be chatting and it's gonna be great, so it's gonna be great. So let's just put some makeup on. So it's currently summer break for me and I don't really have very much going on. It's just kind of one of those like random summer days where I just kind of thought I'd just put a bunch of makeup on my face. I don't really have anywhere to go, but sometimes you're just like in that mood where you just want to not lay in bed, but like you also don't want to go outside. Plus it's like really raining. This is not summer weather. I just kind of like have nothing to do. Today I think I'm gonna go for like that full glam vibe, which is just a lot of makeup. If you hear thunder in the background, I'm so sorry. This is why I'm doing this instead, because I can't go outside, so might as well just do literally anything else. Moisturized, primed, now we can actually do real makeup for funsies. By the way, just like to let everybody know, I got a new foundation since the last Get Ready With Me that I did. And the only reason I'm bringing it up is because it's actually a good foundation. It's not some random LA Colors. Not to say LA Colors like wasn't good quality or whatever, but this is like that from Sephora, you know? I'm not a person that spends that much money on makeup because like for some reason I can't justify it in my head because I feel like everything from the drugstore is basically the exact same thing. I've been wanting a full coverage foundation for a really long time because I really like to look like I have no pores, which I feel like is every girl's dream, so I be doing it. So I got the Huda Beauty foundation, the faux filter foundation, you know? And honestly, I'm gonna move my scarf out of the way so I don't get too much foundation on it, but like it's gonna happen. But anyway, I got this foundation from Sephora one day, had a $10 off gift card, so I like was able to like justify it in my head. I also like beat my face. Like listen. My friends always talk to me about how I literally beat my face when I like beat my face because they're like, oh my god, Bella, it sounds like you're punching yourself in the face. And I'm just like, you know, I just really like to make it go into my skin. I feel like if I don't do this like for 30 minutes, then it's just not gonna last all day. But anyway, it's the best foundation I've ever had. I do struggle though because I can never find my foundation match. And like, it's kind of orange. I don't know if you can tell if it's kind of orange, but like in some lights, it'd be kind of orange. But a girl has to do what she has to do. I basically get full coverage foundation because I really don't like the fact that I have really dark under eye bags. And so I wanted to have a foundation that would require me to be able to use a lot of concealer and a lot of foundation and then have no under eye bags. That's why I got that, because every other foundation I've ever had just doesn't do it for me. Like, why am I putting on this much makeup in the first place? It's not even working. I'm like waiting for this thing to like squeeze. Anyway, I'm just gonna talk about something that I've been obsessed with for the past, I don't know, since beginning of summer, so like month. I have been doing this thing where I've been just addicted to TikTok. The thing about TikTok is that I would see all the commentary YouTube channels talking about how TikTok's the most cringy thing ever. Like Drew Gooden did one, Danny Gonzalez did one, Cody Ko did one, like everybody did one. And so I watched all their videos and I was like, oh my god, TikTok's so cringe. I'm never getting on this app, ha ha ha. Let me laugh along with the masses with everybody. But then I was in the car one day with my friend and she was like, oh my god, Bella, you have to get a TikTok. And I'm like, I heard it was so trash, like, ew, no. And after just like 10 minutes of conversation, somehow TikTok just got downloaded onto my phone. Then she started talking about how TikTok's her new favorite thing is like Vine reincarnate. It like has Vine energy. Like if you're on the right part of TikTok, like it has Vine energy. I was like laughing at the memes, you know, I'm having a great time. But now the problem is I'm like really hammering my eyes. Do you see that? Like, but I mean, I'm laying it down though. Ooh. Anyway, back to TikTok. I got it and like, oh my god, that's so much contour. The thing about this palette is that it makes it look so, oh my god. Anyway, the thing about TikTok, you like get it as a joke. Like that's how TikTok traps you. And it's like, it's cute, whatever. It's like fun and like you like the memes. But then the problem is their platform, like it's such a minimal app. Like it's like scrolling on Instagram, except it never ends and it's always new content with new people. It's crazy. So I will just, you know, sit on TikTok for 6 hours at a time, which I think is very problematic because like I was getting it like to be like, I don't really care about this app. Like it's another social media that I really don't need to be using right now. All lies, all lies. Cause like I just went to Vegas, you know, it's a 3-hour time difference cause I live on the East Coast, like I live in Georgia, so like Eastern Standard Time and there's Pacific Standard Time, it's 3-hour time difference, you know, just so you know. We would stay up until 2 a.m., which is 5 a.m. here. And like, I don't really have jet lag that much, which I'm really lucky for. But the problem is that I was staying up like chatting with my friends until 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, which is like cute, whatever. Then when I get home, I don't have anybody to chat with. Now that I have TikTok, I don't want to go to sleep. And I think that's a problem. So now, guess what I'm doing every day? Instead of going to bed at 12, 1 a.m. like every other normal person on summer break does, I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Not because I'm not kind of tired, but I'm just on TikTok all day. It's like actually becoming a problem. Also, if my hair looks crazy under this, like my edges, like just, you know, it's fine. I'm filming this right now. I can't see anything. Like, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm holding up this mirror, like, this close to my face so I can see because I have really poor vision. So, it's like, turns out really trash. Just remember, it's almost like it's like the no mirror makeup challenge because I literally cannot see. So, let's keep going. Also, if I'm like crossing my eyes, please don't like freak out. By the way, I would just like to point that out. For some reason, I've just trained myself to see like that. Like I'm gonna do my brows on camera. Wow, YouTuber doing their brow on camera, we're shook. Anyway, I would just like to say that it's because I literally have to cross my eyes to do it. I don't know why, but like the way that I have to like look. And yes, also I don't do my brows first. I never understood that because like when you're putting on your foundation, can we talk about that? Like steps of a makeup routine. Like, can someone explain to me why you put on your brows first and then their eye makeup and then their face makeup? And I'm like, when you're like blending your foundation on your face, does it not touch your eyebrow and then ruin it anyway? I don't understand. I also don't understand why it's so shameful to not have your eye, like why are you doing your brows off camera? Like I'm so confused. Like maybe it just takes you 20 minutes and like that's fine, do your brows off camera, but like why is it always like a woo, brows are done, except my brows aren't done. Like, I don't understand. I'm chatting with you, but like, I'm talking. It's like you're listening to your annoying friend who like never wants to listen to your problems, but like you always listen to their problems. Like, that's literally what this is right now. I literally feel like I'm doing my makeup so fast. Brows are sisters, not twins, so if they don't look exactly the same, I'm so sorry. I don't mean to offend you. I like how they look. Usually it takes me, like actually if I'm like trying and like actually doing my makeup like for realsies, like it'll usually take me like 40 minutes, like maybe 45, but like if I'm in a rush, like I'm like doing school, it might take me like 30 minutes, 25 if I'm really pushing it and I like don't do eyeshadow. It doesn't take me 5 minutes to do eyeshadow, but like it could if I'm like, you know, stressed. No, I said at the beginning of this that I was going for like a glam vibe, but this isn't very glam. Like I know I haven't really done anything. Maybe it isn't taking as fast as I thought. I don't know, this is something you put on like when like you're doing your own makeup and you just like want to not do it alone. Cause like I don't listen to music when I put on my makeup. I don't know. I like don't listen to music at all. A lot of people think it's weird. So I just kind of listen to YouTube videos or like watch TV like while I do stuff. I can't drive, but like if I could drive and I was like driving somewhere, like I don't think I would listen to the radio. I think I would like put on my aux cord and like have like a podcast set up or like have a YouTube, like my YouTube video like watch later like list if it was like a podcast on there. Like, I don't know. I just feel like when you're listening to music, you're not really doing anything. It's not that it's a waste of time. I just honestly don't care enough. And it's not like I don't like music at all. Like I hardcore vibe out to like EDM and I like rap a lot. Those are my two favorite genres probably. I'm never like, whoa, I need to put on music. But I will be like, whoa, I haven't watched YouTube all day. So after very intensely doing my brows on camera, I kind of understand why YouTubers say that they go do their brows off camera because it's just like, it's kind of stressful actually. It's like really stressed, so. Okay, here's where makeup looks get exciting. We're gonna do the eyeshadow. I'm using the palette that I've been staring at this entire time, After Dark. I used it in my last Get Ready With Me. I don't know, it's still kind of like my favorite, but I'm gonna do a different look than I did in the last one because that would be really boring. Like I said, I'm trying to do something different. Kind of going for that like IG baddie vibe. I still don't understand how people do their makeup like that. You know what I'm talking about? Like whenever you see girls on Instagram and they do their makeup a certain way, like they all turn out like kind of looking the same. I don't understand how that makeup gets done. There's a certain look, like, and I feel like everybody knows what that look is, and I feel like I just don't know how to do it. But I wanna like try it on myself one time for the one time, at least to like see. I don't know. I'm actually not that good at makeup. I kind of just like put on whatever and like hope that it looks good. Whoa, look at that. That's intense. That's what makes it different. Last time I was really, I mean, I still am into this look, and it's like my daily look. My daily look is like still that like darker crease, light eyeshadow on the lid. Cause you know, that's like non-intense, but I feel like sometimes it actually doesn't look all that cute. I wanted to do something different and actually put a color on my lid that's like dark. I think I can do makeup pretty well on my own face, but like I can't do it well on other people's face. Like you know how to work your own face, but you don't exactly know how to work everybody else's face. And that's okay. What if I just said, I'm done, and just left it like this? Not blended, just just like two colors and I'm done. No, I'm not. But I'm like halfway there. But I tried this look a couple days ago, again, when I had nowhere to go, and it was cute and I liked it. So that's kind of why I'm doing it again, because I know that like if I just do it like well enough, like it'll come out good. You know, if I was actually going somewhere, I like wouldn't be mad at this. Like I'd be like, oh, Bella did like a good job. Like I would be like, ooh, like I'm gonna, ooh, I actually kind of like this. I don't know what it looks like on camera at all, but like in real life, I'm like loving it. So that's great. So my eyeshadow's done. So let's talk about some things that I've been watching recently. So, oh my gosh, I love TV. I don't know if you know, but I love TV so much. And so I like to binge watch a lot of shows. So like Netflix is like my best bud, you know? And I consider myself a TV connoisseur. Like let's fight, because I literally will fight you about whether or not I think the quality of television shows that you watch are good or not. So I've been watching the show, The Society on Netflix. It's like quality level. But in terms of like, oh my gosh, it's a teeny bopper show that I'm like super excited to watch, like that's a level 1 million. Let's just explain the plot for those of you who haven't seen it, and I really suggest that you watch it because honestly, it would make my day, because I just want everybody to watch so that we can get a season 2. Anyway, let me put on my eyeliner first before I like go crazy and like keep talking about the show. I'm also not one of those people that like redo it. If it's uneven, it's uneven, and I just kind of live with it. So let's talk about The Society. Okay, you can watch the trailer, but like I'm just gonna say everything in the trailer, so like you don't have to, just go straight to watching it. Anyway, Society basically is about these like group of teenagers who all go to the same high school, and like all of a sudden they like are dropped back into their town, except for there's like no cell connection, like all the parents are gone, it's just them. They're surrounded by all this forest and like they cannot escape. It's not like a horror vibe, so like don't worry about that if you're really scared of scary things. It's not scary, I promise. Imagine like you're alone with like your high school like senior graduating class, like, and everybody on planet Earth seems to have like disappeared, and like it's just you guys, like LOL, what do you do? So like they all have their phones, so like those work, but like they don't really have literally anything else, like no internet, no nothing. You watch them build their own government, and like that's really fun. All in all, I like the acting. Some of the actors better than others, obviously, but it's like every show. Like the plot's just like kind of cute. Like it's very intriguing to watch because you're like confused as to like the things that are gonna happen next or whatever. So like that's what I think makes the show like fun. So like it's cute if you want to watch like teenagers like build a new society and like watch how they do it and like what like political system they choose. Like that's super fun. And then you see like the politics in between like personal relationships and stuff. It's Lord of the Flies plus Lost. That's exactly what like the premise of the show is. I actually have more things to chat about. We're so excited. Okay, so basically if you don't watch Game of Thrones, then this is gonna be really boring for you, but like for me it's not boring because LOL. So I know I'm a little late removed on that by the time this video is going up, like it's just not gonna be that relevant anymore, but like I'm still gonna talk about it. Basically, Game of Thrones came out in like 2010, I think, and I was 10 years old. I didn't start watching Game of Thrones till season 2 when I was 11. So I have been really like dedicated to this show and everything it has been doing for the past like almost decade of my life. I'm 19 and I started watching when I was 11. Like it's been 8 years, bro. I've dedicated that much time to the show. Like, anyway, I absolutely love Game of Thrones. That's my #1 favorite show. People like would ask me like, oh Bella, since you're such a TV elitist, like what's your favorite show? My favorite show is Game of Thrones. And I said that before season 8. Now, I'm not gonna say that season 8 made it not my favorite show anymore. I mean, I am kind of saying that. Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is season 8 left much to be desired. George R.R. Martin is a genius writer who obviously you can tell by season 1 through 4 that the writing of the show is absolutely spectacular, and like everybody was like giving credit to like D&D. I'm gonna refer to them as D&D. D&D was getting a lot of credit for the show because people were like, oh my god, she wrote this so well. And you're right, like adapting a very long form book into a TV show is like very difficult, especially since the like show is so expansive and like has so many characters. Like you need to be able to adapt that well for TV. Like, so props to them. Then season 5 rolled around and like we were all like, oh my god, it's so cool. Then season 6 rolled around and we were like, okay, this is so cool. And like that was fine, but like I don't think like most people weren't like, oh my god, this is like the pinnacle. Like we were cool, like it was cool. Like season 5 and 6 were like cool in terms of like the things characters did because the plot really was like revving up. Like there's more magic happening, people were getting excited, you know, like typical like stuff. Then season 7 rolled around and that's when the criticisms really hit the ground running because George told them like 3 years prior to season 8 or like 4 years prior to season 8 what like the scenario was, and they just needed to like write their way to the end. And you can tell that their writing skills are just not his writing skills. So basically, my thoughts are, even though, this is also spoilers, by the way, so like, if you don't want to hear about this, I should have said that before, but like, if you don't want to hear about this, stop watching, because I will hold nothing back. Season 7 rolled around. People, there were criticisms of like, not that many, because we were all just really like fangirl excited. You know, Danny and John met up, John's back to life, the dragons, oh my gosh, like a lot of cool things happened in season 7. And so I think a lot of people gave it a pass, especially if you're not the person who like rewatches the episodes, because it's so cool. Like everything that you've been waiting for the last how many years is finally like happening on screen. It's very exciting. But then season 8 rolled around and it's literally the worst season of Game of Thrones ever. And it's not because, oh, the season's over, I don't know what I want. Like, no, for me, season 8 was just a giant letdown because the writing didn't make any sense. And that was the main problem that I had, is Game of Thrones is very much known for having writing like that. Of course, it makes sense that this character did this because the entire time their path has been leading that way. So it doesn't make sense, like Arya killing the Night King. Why? Like, it should have been Jon. We all know it should have been Jon. Whether or not you like him is irrelevant. Daenerys going crazy, I'm sorry. And killing everybody, no. It was just like one big disappointment. And like, when Jon wasn't even like brought up as being the king, I was like, what does the R+L=J even have to like mean? Like, the whole point of saying it was that so Sansa would be like, oh, Sansa's gonna tell this person, and then people are gonna be like, oh, Jon's the heir. He's gonna be the one who like takes over the throne. No. All of a sudden, his entire plot, his whole reason of character existence automatically meant nothing because Bran is king. I'm sorry, Bran said he's not human. He doesn't care about what anybody has to say. I'm sure there's a way that George is gonna like justify it in the books if he already does not change it himself. I just think that they did a very poor job in general, especially dealing with the last season, and I don't understand why they turned down a full season. Like, if your cast didn't want to do it, fine, your cast didn't want to do it. But if you had the opportunity to do a full season and you turned it down, that is your mistake, because you could have done so much more with the show in general. And overall, I think it's just really sad how it ended, because it is such a roller coaster of emotions for people. People saying it's the best show of all time. They even took a year break, for goodness sake. Like, the show honestly was so good, and then the last season, I'm not even mad because, oh, what I wanted to happen didn't happen. That's not why I'm mad. I'm mad because I feel like what happened, it was lazy writing, and I don't feel like what happened made sense for what has been happening the last 8 years. They just decided to change everything because they knew that people already kind of knew what the ending was gonna be. Or B, they didn't write the show correctly to the way that George told them it was supposed to end, so now they're scrambling at the last season. Anyway, I know, I just need to calm down. This lipstick color doesn't really go with this look, but like, honestly. Anyway, this is my finished look. Hope you enjoy it. I mean, honestly, I think it looks better in real life than it does on camera, but like, I don't know, you can be the judge of that. Yeah, so I'm just gonna lay in bed and watch TV for the rest of the day, honestly. If I just put the scarf like over my ears, like, let's just pretend, like, whoop. Whoop. Wow. Yeah, this is my finished look. The scarf's gonna stay on my head because I'm not gonna do my hair for no reason, because that is way more work than doing all my makeup. Doing my makeup is kind of fun. Like, If you liked the video, make sure to like the video and don't forget to subscribe so you can stay notified on all of my latest uploads, and don't forget to ring that little bell down below so that you can be the first to watch when I upload a new video. Until next time, bye.